Vibe is the alter ego of Francisco Paco Ramon, a fictional character and comic book superhero published by DC Comics. He first appeared in Justice League of America Annual No. 2, and was created by Gerry Conway and Chuck Patton. Fictional character biography: Paco Ramon's career as Vibe began shortly after Aquaman disbanded the original Justice League. When young Paco heard that a new Justice League was forming in his own hometown of Detroit, he decided to give up his position as the leader of a local street gang, Los Lobos, to join up. What made Ramon a candidate was his metahuman ability to emit powerful vibratory shock waves. Vibe's presence on the team caused Aquaman and the Martian Manhunter to harbor some strong doubts about the new JLA, particularly after he got the League involved in a rumble with a rival gang. However, Vibe soon proved his mettle during the League's battles against Carter, Anton Allegro, and Damaso. He stayed with the League through the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, when his powers played a vital role in defeating Despero. During Darkseid's assault on Earth during the Legends miniseries, the Justice League of America was disbanded and Paco left his JLA comrades to seek the familiar solace of the streets. Vibe was attacked by one of Professor Evo's androids, and became the first Justice League member to be killed in the line of duty. The Martian Manhunter brought Vibe's body back to the League's mountain sanctuary, where Vibe was laid to rest in a cryogenic chamber. However, Paco's dead form has twice been resurrected by evildoers. One of Vibe's younger brothers, Armando, developed a similar set of vibratory powers and joined Booster Gold's team of heroes, the Conglomerate, using the code names Reverb and later Hardline. He has since been depicted as the owner of a dance club named Reverb in a Little to Kind section of Old Town Metropolis. In the Trinity Marxi series, reality is altered, and a living Paco is shown as a member of the League, an underground version of the Justice League. However, soon after Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman return, his head is disintegrated by an energy blast, thus killing him again. In a Justice League of America tie-in to the Blackest Night crossover, Vibe was reanimated as a member of the Black Lantern Corps, rising from his coffin in the Hall of Justice. Alongside the Black Lantern Steel, Vibe attacked his former teammates, Gypsy and Vixen, until Dr. Light destroyed him. In DC's Free Comic Book Day 2012 sample during the New 52, a gatefold revealed various characters who will make an appearance in Justice League over the coming year, one of which is Vibe. Jeff Johns revealed that Vibe's return would be explored in greater detail in the third story arc of Justice League. On August 26, 2012, DC announced a new Justice League of America title which would feature Vibe. On November 5, 2012, DC announced that Vibe would star in his own ongoing monthly title. It was written by Andrew Kreisberg and drawn by Pete Woods and debuted in February 2013. In new continuity, Vibe's powers derive from being caught in the event horizon of a boom tube, in which interdimensional forces rewrote his DNA. Justice League of America's Vibe lasted for 10 issues, with the final issue coming out on December 18, 2013. Powers and abilities: Vibe's sonic powers enabled him to create shock waves of considerable strength. His power could shatter concrete or steel. His agility was above average. Under Batman's tutelage, Vibe became a more skilled combatant. Vibe's reintroduction in 2013 has sought to establish him as a more powerful character. Part of this was redefining his powers as having to do with interdimensional physics. Justice League of America establishes that Vibe's sonic waves have the power to disrupt the Speed Force, making him one of few characters in the DC universe who poses a serious threat to the Flash. For this reason, he is recruited into the JLA by Steve Trevor, which exists to guard against the threat of the main Justice League going rogue. In Justice League of America's Vibe No. 3, Amanda Waller says Cisco Ramon might be one of the most powerful superhumans on the planet. He wields vibrational powers that could in theory shake the Earth apart. And he's the only person we know of who can find and track interdimensional breaches. He is also undetectable by security cameras. Other versions: Vibe has a major role in an issue of the Justice League Unlimited comic book series where he stopped Dr. Sivana's plan to rebuild Mr. Atom. In other media, television, animated, Vibe has made several appearances in Justice League Unlimited. He was often seen next to other members of the Detroit League, but he did not get a major role in any episode. His most prominent action is helping rescue civilians in the New Mexico City attack in Flashpoint. He is shown with fellow Detroit-era members Vixen, Steel and Gypsy in the final curtain call of the episode Destroyer. Vibe appears in a series of DC Nation shorts voiced by Carlos Alazraqui. In a two-part short, he goes up against Professor Evo's breakdancing robot Extremo in a breakdancing contest. Live action, Carlos Volz portrays Ramon on the CW's The Flash and Arrow. He made his debut in the Arrow episode The Man Under the Hood. He and Caitlin Snow appear in the Starling City Star Labs warehouse doing inventory, seeing as Starling has cancelled the lease after the incident in Central City and Starling's own bad history with advanced weaponry. He and Caitlin are then surprised and chased by Deathstroke through the warehouse. After Cisco and Caitlin find a weapon created by Dr. Light, he uses it on Deathstroke to stun him and evade capture, though help arrives too late as he finds what he was looking for and leaves. Felicity Smoke and John Diggle arrive to learn what Deathstroke stole and Felicity reunites with the two as she met them previously. She questions them about the status of Barry Allen, who has been in a coma. Felicity later returns to ask Cisco and Caitlin for help in finding a cure for the serum Marakuru, that was responsible for Deathstroke gaining super abilities. Film, Vibe's Earth 3 counterpart breakdance is shown in the movie Justice League, Crisis on Two Earths voiced by Carlos Alazraqui. He appears as part of OWLMAN's cleanup crew. He is shown with the other evil counterparts of the Detroit-era Justice League including Gypsy Woman and Vamp. It is implied that they were JDD Jacques made men before he died as his new Earth counterpart is the Martian Manhunter who led the Detroit Justice League. Controversy, comics artist George Parr copyright Rez took exception to the Vibe character. In a 1985 interview with Heidi MacDonald, he stated, "I have a certain bigotry towards Vibe. I sincerely say he's the one character who turned me off the JLA. If nothing else, every character that was introduced was an ethnic stereotype." Perez's dislike of the character was such that in JLA Avengers, in which every member of both teams were depicted at least once, Vibe's cameo was merely of his legs as he fell off panel. References. External links, Cosmic Teams, Vibe, DCU Guide, Vibe, DCU Guide, Hardline.